Congratulations to LSU, Joe Burrow, Coach Orgeron, and the great state of Louisiana. If you didn't see, LSU won the national championship. That was my best attempt at a Ed Orgeron impersonation. I don't know if it was good or if it was sucky. Tell me in the comments. But LSU won the national championship tonight, knocking off Clemson. The Tigers won against the Tigers. Go Tigers. But anyways, what a freaking night. What a game. What a season for LSU. We're going to talk about the game, some records that were set. Might do a recap of the LSU season. We don't know, but let's do it anyways. I don't know. But LSU, obviously, different. A lot of changes this year. You still have Joe Burrow at quarterback, but you get Joe Brady from the NFL. Helps change that offense at LSU. And Joe Brady was the passing game coordinator, and look at them now. Heisman winner. You got a 5,000-yard passer, multiple 1,000-yard receivers, and a 1,000-yard rusher. I mean, that offense was freaking insane. Even tonight, Joe Burrow had another amazing night. Jamar Chase had an incredible night receiving, and Edwards-Helaire had a pretty solid night rushing. Some of his runs are insane. Like, there are 3 guys around him, and you'd think, oh, that's a loss. But then he turns it into a 20-yard gain. He is insane. As a Texas fan, I don't want to play him next year in LSU, but okay. Anyways, some of the records tonight. Joe Burrow's record set tonight. Most passing touchdowns in a season in FBS history. Most touchdowns responsible for in a season in FBS history. Most touchdowns responsible for in a college football playoff / BCS title game. Most passing yards in a title game. All right. Jamar Chase, 20th reception touchdown this season, extending his own SEC record. His 147 yards so far are the most in the first half of a title game in the CFP era. It is his 6th game this season with multiple receiving touchdowns, most in FBS this season. And then the Joe Burrow story. This is an interesting one. You know, this is why I was going for LSU towards the end here. Just their story. It's like normally I would not be going for LSU, but they have a pretty interesting, pretty cool story with Coach Orgeron. Just his story of how many times he's moved, going from team to team, Ole Miss, USC. I forget the small school he was at, like McNeese State or something, I think. And just where he's been. He was an assistant at LSU. He got promoted. Everyone was like, why are you hiring this guy? This is a terrible hire. And look at him now. He just led them to a national championship. Go Tigers. But he's got a cool story. And then Burrow's story. I got a list here. Someone made this list. He transferred from Ohio State, came in. Last year, I think they were 8-4 maybe. They do that complete change of offense, and he goes from undrafted prospect to the potential number 1 pick in the draft, wins the Heisman Trophy. LSU wins the national championship. So May 28th, 2014, commits to Ohio State before his senior year. December 3rd, 2014, Mr. Football in Ohio, best player in the state. 2015 through 2017, he was a redshirt behind J.T. Barrett. Battled with Dwayne Haskins for the starting spot in 2018. In early May 2018, he announced that he would transfer from Ohio State. 10 days later, he announced that he was transferring to LSU. December 14th, 2019, they're undefeated. And before the season, apparently, he was at 200-1 odds at winning the Heisman, and he won the Heisman. December 28th, record-breaking game in the college football playoff semifinals, and they ended up today winning the national title. So, he also set the record for passing rating from 204.6 to 204.7. He broke Tua's record of 199.4 and is the first FBS QB in history to break 200 in a season. Interesting facts. But now, on to the game itself. It was a pretty surprising start. Clemson started off pretty hot. Scored first, was able to strike first. They went up 17-7 in the first half, but then LSU started to strike. That offense just started to catch fire. Jamar Chase making some big plays, Joe Burrow making some big throws, and it was 28-17 at half. And, Joe Burrow at the end of the half there got a touchdown pass to Randy Moss's son, Thaddeus Moss. And he got hit in the side a little bit, in his arm, shoulder, or arm, rib area. and he was off the field. He was trying to avoid medical people, but he still needed to get checked on. Everyone was unsure. Second half, he had a slow start, didn't look too great. Looked a little, when he was running, a little soft, didn't want to get hit. And they didn't do anything their first possession. Clemson goes down, scores, makes it a 3-point game. And everyone's like, oh, this might get competitive if Burrow's hurt. But then they won. LSU won. So, but yeah, Trevor Lawrence finally loses his first collegiate game. Great effort by him, though. He looked a little off at times tonight, but, that's such an impressive streak for him. He had 27, he was like 25-0 as a starter. Clemson was on a 29-game win streak, so they had an impressive run, but LSU was just the better team. They had the better year. They were so good this year. Early on, we saw it against Texas. I hate to mention this play, but it's been mentioned 1,000 times before. The 3rd and 17, when they were only up 6 with about 2 minutes left, they score a touchdown on that 3rd and 17 play and win that game. A big road win for them at the time. Texas kind of fell off the cliff a little bit, but LSU still going down the road to get some big wins, like winning in Alabama, beating Alabama for the first time in, 8 or 9 years. Just going in there, dominating the first half, holding on in the second half, winning the SEC championship dominantly, the college football playoff semifinal dominantly, and then coming out here tonight and winning the championship by double digits. They just had an incredible season. So, yeah, congrats to LSU. Good job. Go Tigers. But, yeah, love Ed Orgeron, his post-game speech, because just his voice is one of a kind, 1 in a million. So, that was cool, but to see him happy. And then obviously with Steve Ensminger, the offense coordinator for LSU, his son's wife died in a plane crash a couple weeks ago during the college football playoff semifinal. She was on her way as a reporter to the game and was in a plane crash, and she passed away. And so they showed a nice and emotional moment between Steve Ensminger and his son. That was a cool moment, but best wishes to their family, obviously, as they go through this tough time. This will definitely, this will help bring some happiness to that family. So that was a cool moment. But congratulations to all the LSU players, staff. Clemson, go get them next year. LSU, go get them next year. But yeah, fun season. LSU was fun to watch. But yeah, on to next season we go. It'll be a fun one, but that's it. That's college football for this year. If you like this video, leave a big fat like. If you want to subscribe. And, Joe Burrow knew when he was going to get his ring, apparently.
Off after that and said, it's time to fit me for a ring. I won that Heisman. Now it's time to fit me for that ring.